What is up, Gorilla Nation? I'm your host, TGG. Let's get right into the news. Man, this is pretty much a drama alert video because the GTA community has gone insane. Feelings are hurt, insiders are lashing out, journalists' feelings are hurt. Fans are sending ridiculous amounts of hate towards developers. Everything is just out of control. Now, you've probably seen a lot of other YouTubers make videos about this over the past day, and we're just getting around to this now because I guess that's just what it's like living in Australia. All this happened while I was asleep, but hey, we're talking about it now because, I mean, everyone has just lost their minds. So all of this drama revolves around some Rockstar insiders like TezFunds2 and Yan. If you watch Bossman, you would have seen them on his channel all the time, as well as one of the biggest journalists in gaming as a whole, really, in Jason Schreier. But all of this is going to make absolutely no sense unless we go to where all of this started, and that was just over a month ago when we actually got some concrete info on Grand Theft Auto 6. Roll the clip.
The next entry in the Grand Theft Auto franchise is in the works, as first reported by Kotaku. The next GTA is still early in development, and due to changes in the nature of conditions at Rockstar, the company is considering ways of altering production to avoid the ongoing issue of crunch. One possible plan is, allegedly, turning whatever the next GTA game is into a moderately sized game at release and expanding the game with updates over time to help deal with the stress and crunch.
So that was the basic gist of it. Jason Schreier was the one who broke the story that Grand Theft Auto 6 is only in early development. That was about halfway through April, and that was published through Kotaku, who Jason Schreier used to work for. He has since left the company and now works for Bloomberg Tech. So that was the news at the time, that GTA 6 was in early development. The community wasn't happy with that, as you could expect. And shortly after that article was released, Rockstar insider TezFunds2 took to Twitter and said this. Take note that Red Dead Redemption 2 took approximately 8 or 7 years worth of development. Main production started right after Red Dead Redemption 1, and recording sessions began in 2013. Expect the same with the next title unless it's, quote, early, as in we are nowhere near release, which is more believable. And he followed that up with, next title, a new GTA title is in early stages of development. It's hard to believe because what I'm hearing is it's halfway done or even beyond that. So for the Grand Theft Auto community, that was pretty confusing because you've got two relatively reliable sources saying completely different things. Schreier is saying that GTA is in early development, and TezFunds2 has come out and said that he's heard that it's over halfway done. And that was it. We didn't hear anything else about Grand Theft Auto 6 until very recently when Take-Two Interactive, who is the parent company and publisher for Rockstar Games, announced their future plans in their latest earnings call. Now, this earnings call is made for Take-Two stock owners, people who have invested in the company. But we all know with the hype for the next Grand Theft Auto game that there are gonna be thousands of people watching in to try and see if they can get any info at all on the next Grand Theft Auto game. And there was one piece of info in particular that has sparked a massive debate across the entire community and has kind of gotten out of control. In that earnings call, the biggest bit of news to come out of it was that Take-Two Interactive updated how much money they plan on spending for marketing over the next 5 years. And this is the chart here, so you can see in fiscal year 2024, which is 2023 to 2024, Take-Two Interactive plans to spend $89 million in marketing. Now, naturally, everyone just assumes that that means Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to come out in 2024, because that's Take-Two Interactive's biggest game, right? Grand Theft Auto, that is their biggest series. They're going to need a lot of money to market and promote that game. And an article from Jeff Grubb, who's a journalist for VentureBeat, went on to ask the question, quote, why is Take-Two planning to spend that much more on marketing in fiscal 2024? One of the most likely explanations is that is when the publisher expects to release Grand Theft Auto 6. That was the article that Jeff Grubb posted on Twitter, and he also went on to say, I'm talking with Take-Two, we'll update the story soon. But we all know the internet, and the internet is not patient. They weren't going to wait for him to finish talking with Take-Two. They took action right away. But before we get into what the internet did to TezFunds2 and Rockstar Games, Jeff Grubb also went on to say that 2023 makes sense for a couple of reasons. Plenty of time for next gen to hit a healthy install base. Also, Rockstar is going to want to release Red Dead Redemption 2 on next gen first, and it needs time to figure out what it looks like to keep GTA Online's momentum under a Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, when you think about this, this makes absolute perfect sense, right? Like, Grand Theft Auto 6 is most likely going to be a next-gen and PC exclusive game, because the reality is the PS4 and Xbox One just aren't going to be strong enough to run that type of game. And Rockstar and Take-Two aren't going to want to release Grand Theft Auto 6 when only a few people have the next-gen consoles. If you want the most sales, you're going to have to wait till more people, like most people, actually have these next-gen consoles, which would take time. 2023 does make sense for that reason. And at the time that Jeff posted this completely contradicted what Tez Funds 2 was saying, in that GTA 6 is well over halfway through development. That also meant that it made Jason Schreier look correct, who said Grand Theft Auto 6 was only in early development. And he even retweeted the article that we just went over. And in that retweet, which has since been deleted, he said, "Me, sorry folks, GTA 6 is still a few years away. Rockstar," and then in quotation marks, "insiders." That one hurts. No, it's 70% done. Dozens of gamers, and then they said that, and obviously there is no place where that is acceptable, but that is what was said, according to Jason Schreier. So he was getting a lot of hate for saying that GTA 6 was in early development, and after this article came out, he must have been feeling pretty good. I mean, it looks like he is completely right in what he said. However, like I said, that tweet has since been deleted, and he has updated it to just say, here. He went on to reply to a tweet that said, "I know this kind of misses the point, but that's not even a contradiction, is it? 70% done could still mean years left to go for a project of that massive size." And Schreier replied to that saying, "I think game development is too non-linear a process for anyone to be able to say that a game years away is, quote, 70% done." Which is looking like it's a subtle jab at the Rockstar insiders that he talked about in his last tweet. It's also important to note that Jason Schreier is not afraid to go back at trolls online. He's been in the center of a lot of drama around a lot of games over the years. It's just his personality. This is what he does. So going back to Tez Funds 2 and Rockstar Games, under the impression that GTA 6 isn't going to release until at least 2023, the internet turned on the Rockstar insiders and Rockstar themselves, sending massive amounts of hate their way. Now, as for sending hate towards Tez Funds 2 and Rockstar Games, guys, I think we just need to take a deep breath and calm down. For someone like Tez Funds 2, he is literally on the side of the consumer. He is on the side of the Grand Theft Auto fan, so there is absolutely no need to send hate his way just because he may have got something wrong. And as for sending hate towards Rockstar, it is most likely going to do nothing, because for the past 5 years already, every single comment section of every single Rockstar post has been about Grand Theft Auto 6. They know fans want it. If you really wanted to hurt Rockstar, you would stop playing Grand Theft Auto Online and stop buying shark cards, because that is how they're making money right now. Going and complaining in the comment sections is gonna do nothing, guys. And then Jeff Grubb threw a massive spanner in the works because he actually updated his article and posted about it on Twitter. And the updated version of his article says, Take-Two clarified to GamesBeat that this marketing obligation metric refers only to its contracts with third parties. It does not reflect its marketing budget for internal studios like Rockstar Games. That means this does not indicate a timeline for Grand Theft Auto 6. I apologize for this misleading error. Respect to Jeff for admitting that he made a mistake there. So those marketing numbers that this entire debate was about doesn't even include Rockstar Games, which means that this entire argument leading up to all of this has just meant absolutely nothing, because the only bit of evidence that this entire argument was based over is not even related to Rockstar Games. It seems like the entire community just completely forgot that Take-Two Interactive is a pretty big company. And they actually just came out in the past week saying that Take-Two Interactive is going to be releasing 93 games over the next 5 years alone. So this marketing budget is going to be put into marketing those games. As for Take-Two Interactive, they own companies like 2K, which creates games like NBA 2K, WWE 2K, even things like Borderlands. Rockstar Games is definitely one of, if not the biggest studio they work with, but it's not the only one, and it seems like that was just completely forgotten about during this entire argument. And one of the bigger Rockstar quote insiders said exactly that on Twitter. This is Yan2295 we're talking about. He replied to Jason Schreier saying, "Professional journalism right here. Don't forget Take-Two have around 90 titles to release. It could easily be for those and not GTA 6. Also, only $89 million for GTA 6's marketing. GTA 5's marketing was around $130 million. And Yan went even further on the GTA forums, saying that with the reply I gave him, I'm surprised I'm not even blocked yet, because Jason Schreier does have a history of blocking people he's disagreed with in the past. Then he also replied to someone on the forum who said, "Get your popcorn ready, Jason vs. Yan, fight of the decade." And Yan said, considering he deleted his tweet, I don't think it's gonna be much of a fight. Oof. So all of that drama is juicy. It's fun to watch it from the sidelines, but what does that mean now? Like, what does that mean for Grand Theft Auto 6? Where are we? Well, it means we are in the exact same spot we have been for like 7 years now. We know absolutely nothing yet again. And I think TezFunds2's final tweet about this topic is a good way to sort of wrap this all up, and he said, regardless of who's right or wrong about GTA 6, it's sad to see some fans resort to harassment. Same thing happened to Rockstar after the article. And that's it, guys. Just remember, people on both sides of this are exactly that. They're people. Until we get info from Rockstar themselves, really, I find it hard to believe either side of this argument. But regardless of who you agree with, you should never have to resort to actually harassing them, especially when it comes to things like religion, which is what Jason Schreier says he has been harassed about in the past. But anyway, we'll leave it there. What are your thoughts on Grand Theft Auto 6? Do you believe either side of this argument? Who are you siding with? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and consider subscribing for more stuff like this. Spread peace, love, and happiness, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!